Hi, welcome back. We're on N8.2 lesson 3 and we're talking about percent increase and percent decrease today. We're going to calculate those. I don't have any fancy slides. I'm just going to go through a whole bunch of questions that you're going to see and explain where we're going with this. Alright, so some of this shows up from the last lesson. We're talking about 70% of a number is 63. This is different, okay? We need to change. We're actually trying to find that number. When they're saying of a number is 63. We want to know what number 70% of makes 63. So here's what we need to do. You need to take 63 and put it over 70. And we will find that that equals 0.9. And then you need to times that by 100. Okay, move the decimal over twice, your answer is 90. So, in other words, 70% of 90 is 63. So that's how we found that number. Took this number, put it over 70, or this number, and we times it by 100. So let's do the next one. Let's go 105 over 175 times 100. That gets us 0.6 times 100. And our answer is 60. Okay, fairly simple. So 175% of 60 is 105. Okay, let's do some more here. A length of 30 centimeters increased by 40%. What is the number? All right, there's two ways to do this. We can go take the increase. Okay, we know it increased by 40%. So we're going to take 40% of 30. Now this is going to be familiar from the last unit, or lesson, pardon me. So 0.4, change it to a decimal, times 30, and we get 12. So what that tells us is that the length here increased by 12 centimeters. All right, so the new length would be 30 centimeters, because we know it's an increase, we're going to add, plus 12 centimeters, and that equals 42 centimeters. So that would be our number. All right. Now, another way of doing this is you can do the increase right away. So you can take 100% and add that 40% to give you a total of 140%. And then you can take that of 30. So times 30. Okay, and again, change it to a decimal, divide by 100. So 1.4 times 30 will give you 42 centimeters. All right, so you either add at the beginning here or add at the end with the numbers. So you can decide which one you like better and use that one in your work. Okay, so now we have a question that says a mass of 50 grams decreased by 17%. What is the new mass? So now we are subtracting instead of adding, because it's decrease means going down. So again, you can do this two ways. So let's do the first way we did with the other one. We're going to take 17% of 50. Oops. Okay, we'll write it this way first. 50, which is 0.17 times 50. And that gives us 8.5. All right, now we've got to go back to the original question. These are grams. And we're going to take 50 grams minus 8.5 grams, and that will give us a total of 41.5 grams. So the answer to our question is the new mass is 41.5 grams. And again, we can do it the other way where we do the percentage right away. And that would mean we take 100%, subtract 17%, and that gives us 83%. Let's put it down here. And then just do our math the same. Change the percent to a decimal, 0.83 times the original amount, which was 50. And that will give us an answer of 41.5 grams. All right, same answers, just different ways. Again, you can decide which way you like best and go from there. Let's do another question here. Okay, now we're going to talk about things that maybe will make sense to you. Okay, so the price of a carton of milk in the school cafeteria increased from 95 cents, that's cents, to $1.25. What was the increase in price? We want to know how much percentage it increased. All right, now I want to just point something out here. We have dollars and cents. We want that to be consistent. So we're going to change $1.25 to 125 cents, just so we have the same. Okay, and we're going to subtract 95 cents to give us 30. Okay, so I'm going to give you a formula here. The amount of change over the original amount times 100, which is basically what we were doing. Okay, so we're going to take 30, that's the amount of change. Not changes in money, but the difference of what happened. All right, over 95, which was the original. And we're going to times that by 100. All right, so you take 30 divided by 95 on your calendar, or on your calculator, and you get 0.32 times 100 gives you 32%. All right, so what this tells us is that the price of milk increased from 95 cents to $1.25, and that was a 32% increase. And I want to just show you what this would look like on a number line. Okay, so we have 0% here and 100%. I added on because I know it's bigger, okay? And at 100%, it was 95 cents. Okay, it increased to $1.25. That's why I put it more than 100%. And I would add this on, and this would be 132%. Just want you to have that visual, okay? This would be 0 cents. All right, next question here. The price of a green salad decreased from $2.50 to $1.95. What was the percent decrease in price? Okay, we have dollars and dollars together here, so we don't have to change anything there. All we do is take that $2.50, subtract the $1.95, because we want to find out what the difference is here. And we get 55 cents, which we can leave like that. I'm going to put the formula again. Amount of change, just going to abbreviate here, over the original amount times 100. So amount of change was 55 cents. Divide by the original amount, which was $2.50. Sorry, no decimal here, 250. Let me rewrite that. 55 over 250. Because we're going cents, right? So I changed it to 250. I just did that in my head. I don't want you to have to write that out. So I'm actually glad I made that mistake, because that just shows you I went from $2.50 to 250 cents, because this is in cents, right? Okay, times 100. So I get 0.22 multiplied by 100 is 22%. All right, so the salad decreased by 22%. I got all that from these numbers. And again, I'm going to give you a number line here. So we have 0% and 100%. At 100%, it was $2.50. Okay, it decreased this way by 22%. So this is 22% in here. If we actually wanted to find this number, it would be what, 78%. Okay, and that's where the $1.95 would be. All right, moving along. Okay, there were about 193,000 people working in the mine in 1986. By 2019, the number of miners was 12% less. They want to know how many miners there were in 2019. So what we're going to do here is take 193,000 and we're going to change this to a decimal. So this goes back to the lesson before this one. So times 0.12. we're going to get an answer of 23,160. So then we're going to go back to the original, 193,000, because they want to know how many there are in 2019, and we know there was this many less. So all we need to do is subtract. And your answer will be 169,840. And because it's a word problem, you would write out there were 169,840 minors in 2019. Okay, so this question only needed a few steps. Now let's see the next one. The price of a book decreased from $15 to $12. Now this is our amount of change one. Okay, so we're trying to find a change here. So this is our formula again. First we'll go $15 minus $12, which gives us $3. You don't necessarily have to write this out. Just know that that's what you're putting in. Amount change over original times 100. So the amount of change is 3 over the original, which is 15, times 100. We're going to get 0.2 times 100, which is 20%. Okay, so they're just asking for the percent decrease. So again, a word problem, so you would put the percent decrease was 20%. Okay, so those are the types of questions you're going to see in this lesson. Again, look back over this. I did use some examples that are in the visual notes. If you don't want to look back at the video, you can go that route. Good luck with your assignment, and I'll see you in the next lesson.